Hello, good evening, and welcome to Cookalong with Pride. Tonight, yes, we're not in the kitchen. It's because we are not cooking tonight. We have somebody, I'm going to have to say, better than us cooking.
Might have to, yeah.
Might have to. Otherwise, we might upset him and he'll never come back. But 100%, he's better chef than we will ever be. As much as we try, and we'll never be as good as him. Because he's awesome, and it's Jason Plimmer. He's a fantastic chef and an even better greengrocer, I believe.
Yeah,
he's got, I believe, over 35 years experience. I mean, yeah,
I'm not going to expose his age now, aren't you? I was going to kill you for it.
No, hopefully not. I was going to say he doesn't look old enough to have that many years of experience.
Chefs start young though, don't they? You know, straight almost before school's finished. So yeah.
I'm not going to tell you what he's going to cook, simply because some of it I can't even pronounce. But I'm sure when we bring Jason on, he's going to tell us what he's going to cook. So let's welcome our wonderful Jason. Hello there.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Hi,
nice
Jason.
to be back.
Good.
Missed me, missed you too, guys.
Haven't seen you in ages.
Your hair looks nice, Molly. Bit different.
Thank you. The hairdresser was finally allowed to come.
Right.
Well, hang on. What about compliment for my hair?
Oh yeah. It's short like mine. Did they miss the bit on top though?
Went out of charge.
Okay, all right. Never mind.
Right, yeah, it's great to be back, ladies. It really is, and LGBT plus online. It's been a while. I can't remember what I cooked last time. Something chicken, wasn't it? I think a chicken dish.
Chicken, yeah.
I've got something slightly different. I'm going to do 2 courses today for you guys. I've got some pork loin steaks, which I've actually marinated. If I hand them up to that camera.
You need to put that camera.
Maybe not.
Yeah. No, it's coming.
I left Yana with the mouse, you see.
I was listening.
So we've got some locally breed pork loin steaks. What I've actually done to give the smokiness, I've used some Essential Cuisine product here. It's a barbecue mix, and it's got a smoke in it. So what I've done, I've marinated them today, and so that I can smoke them quickly. I've got quite a lot to do today. I mean, I've got a hell of a lot of prop over there. So anyway, accompanying the smoked loin steaks, I've gone to make a mushroom, a leek, and a little bit of a cheese pativier. For those who don't know what pativier is, it's a pastry case. That's sat on the side. We're doing a little bit of a brandy and leek foam sauce. Now, I'm looking for my canisters, so I'll find them as we go along. If not, it'll be a straight sauce without the foam. And then alongside that, we're going to add some tender stem. We're going to add that nice bit of jus, some small carrot through there, a lot of picked garnish that I've picked today to go with your main course. For dessert, I'm doing, which has taken me most of the day to do because it is a very tricky dessert to do. It's one Mr. Roux himself. I had the pleasure of working under the Roux brothers, and I've taken a slight take on that, and it's a hazelnut chocolate disc layered with a vanilla cream. It's then finished with a hazelnut sponge topping, finished with hazelnut, a hazelnut ganache. Then I'm going to finish that off with a little bit of white chocolate, and then we're going to add some garnishes to that as well. I've also made today some little tiny chocolates to design with that, and we might add some little Marquise biscuits with it.
Oh, so, my goodness. Sounds fantastic, Jason. I am so jealous.
Well, now lockdown's slightly over, I can come round and cook for you ladies, so that's a pleasure.
Honestly, I can't wait.
I'm going to crack on so we can get through this. As I say, you guys behind there, you can take all the questions, shout them at me as we go along, and I will crack on.
Fantastic.
Perfect.
So, go ahead.
Sear off my pork loins here. I'm only going to do one. I'm going to leave the other 3 because we're having tea tonight. So what I've done, I've got my griddle pan on, so it's nice and hot. All I want to do is seal them so I can get the flavour into them, and I've just so get a nice pattern of a bar mark on them, and then I'm just going to pop them in the oven for probably 10 minutes, and then I'm going to let them rest at the top, and then we'll show you what we're going to do afterwards. So let's just get this into a nice hot pan. There we go. So while that's searing away on top of there, as you can see, yep. So I'm not going to let this go too far, because if you let it go too far, the meat will dry out, it will shrink, and when you go to eat it, it's really chewy. So now I've got a nice bit of colour on that, as you can see. Perfect. Now I'm just going to put that on some paper. Now a little tip for you: meat's always dry. Add a little bit of water to your dish, because you can use it with the flavours from the meat that come out and the juices, just to nappe over to make that a little bit more tender. So I'm just going to squirt a bit of juice in there. Happy days. And I'm going to pop that into the oven for a little bit to cook away. I'm just going to get rid of this hot pan. Right, it's going to steam in here, girls, so just be careful. Right. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go on to the next part of this dish. While I'm doing that, I'm going to need to get some water on the go for my tender stems. You probably can't see this because it's out of camera shot, but just over here on my other work surface, I've got everything prepped up, ready to go to make it a little bit more quicker for myself, and obviously to make it a little bit quicker so you guys can see it within an hour, because some of these dishes are quite intense to make. So I'm going to go on now to the Petivier. Now I've already made my pastry today, and I've cut out 2 round discs that are sitting on parchment paper. So I'm just going to let that to rest and let them warm up slightly. Now into my pan, I'm just going to turn that up again. I'm going to squirt in a little bit of olive oil into my pan. Now this is for the Petivier mix. Now this is the filling that goes inside the pastry case. So first of all, what I'm going to do, I've already chopped finely up my leeks. Now you probably can't see them there, but I'll hold them to that camera. So while that pan's just kicking up a little bit more stink, I've also stripped down some of my chestnut mushrooms. That will go into the mix as well. Once that mix is made, I'm going to add some essential cuisine, a little bit of wild mushroom stock. I'm also going to add in a little bit of essential cuisine peppercorn, just to give it that little extra taste and a little extra boost. So we're going to put my leeks straight into my pan. I'm going to drop the mushrooms in there as well. So while that's tickety-booing, and always remember, people, you know, when you're cooking, it's all about simplicity. Always prep. Always make sure you've got things half-cooked, prepared, ready to go. Because there's nothing worse than that's cooked, that's not cooked. Oh, I'm waiting for that. Other food is getting cold. So if you have it ready to go, and what we call in the trade mise en place, you will be ready to go for a dinner party between 8 and 10 people, 15 people. Doesn't matter how many people you cook for, it's to do with numbers and the volume you make. So on here, I'm just going to make my duxelle mix now, or my filling for my Petiviers. I'm just going to add a little bit of cracked black pepper into that, a little bit of sea salt, and I will do that as I'm going along. So while that's just sweating down, I'm just going to squirt in a little bit more oil, give that a little bit more oomph. Okay, so that's sweating down quite nicely. So that's the best part. Right, on the back of my stove is my jus reduction. Now that is the sauce that is going to make my leek and brandy foam sauce. Now why that's sitting on there, I am actually going to drop in a quick glug of brandy, because that's now sitting on the back of my stove on a low ring, enhancing the flavour into that sauce. So this is sweating down quite nicely here. So if you want to fire up that camera's up, I can see it. I'm just going to hold that up to the screen. They're sweating down quite nicely in there. There's my leeks and my mushrooms. I've seasoned up inside there. So I want to get some nice heat into that. And remember, I don't want to take it too far, because if you take it too far, what will happen is it will go too far when it's inside the pastry cake. So you just want to just slightly underdo that. Now, obviously, as I said beforehand, I've got Essential Cuisine mushroom paste. It's a mushroom reduction, just to enhance the flavour a bit more, because we're going down the line of mushroom today. As you can see, it looks like Marmite. So I'm just going to get that into my pan. I'm just going to work that off the back of the spoon. Now, this makes things really sticky. It is a reduction. Now I'm going to add a little bit of the peppercorn one. Again, it looks like Marmite. Now these sauces, these are concentrates. They're vegan, they're allergen free, and well, their range is amazing. I mean, I think you ladies have seen some of my posts up there with obviously these products on there. So yeah, anybody that's vegan out there, look out for the Essential Cuisine home range. You won't find it in Sainsbury's, and obviously you won't find it in places like Waitrose, etc. But obviously you can order it online. So I'm going to just drop it in now. I've added a little bit of cream.
I wanted to say to everyone, I was in Superdry shop today, and they had vegan shoes. I didn't know whether I should wear them or eat them.
Well, I'm sure you can eat them. Well, I'll tell you what though, they're probably better if you grate them up, because they would make an excellent pizza base instead of the cauliflower.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's a sore subject, Jason. That really did not go very well.
You know something? I've never ever made cauliflower pizza base in my whole years I've been cooking, and yeah, it's one for me to try. I think we might have to add some egg to it. I think sort of make it frittata.
Jason, Jason, we've got questions coming in thick and fast. Well, we've got one. Simon is asking, what solution are you using for your vision mixing? I don't know.
What? Sorry?
What solution are you using for your vision mixing? I don't know what that means.
Solution? Oh, right. No, these are concentrated pastes. If you're talking about Essential Cuisine pastes, they're concentrate. It's experience to me because I use the products all the time. Literally, you just need half a teaspoon. It's that concentrate. It's that strong.
Yeah, it looked like you didn't put much in.
Yeah, awesome. Right. I'm just going to move this up. So if I just hold that one up to there. So there's my filling for my Petivier mix.
Perfect.
I'm just going to crack some heat out of this kitchen. So I'm just going to leave that to rest there for a minute. Okay, we're going to go over now because I need to make these Petiviers. So let's get rid of some of that. So already what I've done, and I'm going to hold it over here, I've already cut out my discs. Okay, you'll see what I'll do in a second when I put these together. So I'll cut out 2 discs the same. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to use 2 pastry rings. So once you've made the filling, one will go over the top, and it will look a little bit like a tortellini. Okay, so I need a little bit of flour on my board. So we'll just put a bit of flour on there to work with. I'll just put that mix. So on goes there is my base for my Petivier filling. So I'm now going to take the Petivier filling. Now, to make things a little bit easier for you at home, if you find a smaller pastry cutter or a ring, I drop mine in the centre, but don't pierce it, and it enables me to fill the ring looking for when we put the lid on, and then we recut it out. So I'll just push that into there. Okay. So I'm now going to lift that ring off. So the ring's now come off of there. I don't need that anymore. Okay, let's get rid of that camera. So I don't know if you can see from that camera angle. I'm just going to tilt my camera up slightly. So there you go. So I've got my base of my pastry. I've put a ring in, and I've put the filling for the Petivier, which is the mushroom leek and the cream cheese filling, obviously with a few extras in there, into the middle of there. Now, this is where it could get tricky for some of you guys at home if you've not experienced of doing this. what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to egg wash around the outside of my petivier. Now what I need to do that is so it squeezes together. Yeah, so when I finish the last bit and the crimping, when it cooks in the oven, it doesn't explode. Any of you that saw MasterChef last night, I think it wasn't Tom won it. I can't remember the other guy now, but he made similar petiviers, little small ones, and they actually exploded. So they look like an oyster opening, but that's because he didn't seal his pastry properly.
We haven't watched the final.
We still there? Yep. So
we haven't watched the final of MasterChef,
so don't spoil it for us.
Oh, there goes the spoilers. So now I'm just putting the lid on, and as I'm doing this, I'm just moving it around with a gap at the end. So I'm pushing the air out, because if you get air inside, it will explode. Right, so it looks like I've crimped that nice and tightly. I'm now going to go over the, sorry, wrong cutter. There you go. So I'm now going to go over the top with my ring. I'll push down. Always leave the ring on the surface. Don't lift it up, otherwise you'll pull the pastry. And take the pastry away from the ring. Let's get rid of that in there. So now I've lifted. Now take my ring off. There we go. Perfect. So what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to have a little push down with these again. As you can see, I'm just lumping out the air. The mix then will expand and then hopefully settle within the cheese mix and the tight mix of the mushrooms and the leeks. So what I'm going to do next, if I find my palette knife, and it always works when you've got a well-floured board. So if I put that on there now, so there we go, so that's that bit. Next, I've got egg yolk. I haven't mixed the white with it. Egg yolk on its own will give you a perfect glaze on pastry work all the time. So I'm just going to give that a little bit of a coating. In fact, I'm going to give it a good coating of egg yolk. We'll sit that over there because I don't need that. And just for a bit of flashness, if you take your knife and give it a little bit of a score, don't cut the pastry, just give it a little bit of a score. Get a pretty pattern on top. So away you go, around there, around there. Now, as to add a bit of flavour, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cover mine in cracked black pepper. Adds so much flavour to things. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold that one up to that camera. There's the finished petivier.
That looks amazing.
Okay.
Fantastic. That looks amazing,
Okay,
Jason.
so the filling's inside. I've sealed it. I've glazed it. I've pushed the air out. And now all I'm going to do now is just pop it in the oven. So in she goes.
So basically, that's like a little pie, yeah?
Yeah, it is. It's like a little pie. We call it in the trade a petivier. So it's a little pie. You can do it with fruits. You can do it as long as your mixture is tight. It won't come out the sides. It's a great little. You can make them as big as. It's a similar, same as way you would make like a beef Wellington, a round beef Wellington.
Yeah.
The best trick I can give you in the book for when you do actually make these is make sure you cut the discs out that are bigger than the mixture you're doing. So I see so many people make cut a disc out, put the filling in, and then they try to put the lid over, and it doesn't quite fit. So you always make the discs bigger than what they are. So when you put the ring of the cutter over the top, let's cut the cuts back. So when you put the cutter over the top, I've pushed it down, I've twisted, and then I've pulled that away. I have got, where's the other one? I've basically got that sitting. That's the same as what's gone in the oven. So you've got the same.
Yeah.
So
Right.
You've changed your shape, as they say.
Sarah says this is posher than the usual meals. I don't know what she means. I think what I cook is pretty pretty posh. Not.
Yeah, we definitely have a few numbers tonight.
It's called, isn't it, nom posh?
Yeah. Well, we do others as well. We do num num as well as num num.
Actually, somebody said to me, someone's getting rid of a nom nom cookbook. A friend of mine, she said, "Would you like it?" I said, "Yeah, I'll have it." So I think I'm going to pick it up this week. I'm just going to be nosy and have a read through it. So anyway, so my petivier's in. That's my pork that's gone in. I'm just going to check that because I don't want it tough. Oh, look at that. That's just perfect. That is. Okay, so that's in there now. Right, now we're going to a little bit more tricky stuff. Okay, so I'm now going to drop. I'm going to now jump
on. I mean,
the main course. I'm now going to jump onto the dessert. Okay.
Yeah. Now we're talking.
Now we're talking. So again, every good chef will tell you've got to get prepped up. Now, earlier on today, I made these are dark chocolate biscuit bases. Now, you can see why it's taken me a long time to get my stuff prepped today. But what I've done, it's very similar to an Oreo biscuit, okay? But I made and so it's nice and crunchy. So I've made these discs, again, packed it into a disc, let them set, and I've taken them out. And if I just hold one up without breaking one, which camera should we go to? That one?
Yeah, and I'll join you on that.
Oh, yeah, wrong camera. Hang on. I'm coming. There we go. Oh, wow.
There we go. There's the biscuit case. Now, this is where the fun begins. Because this is where every pastry chef might tell you, and especially when you're working with chocolate, you've got to move quickly. It's a process. So while I'm going to move quickly with this, I'm just going to do that into there, which is my chocolate ganache. I've pre-made my chocolate ganache because otherwise I'll be here all day. Then what I'm also going to do next, while I'm talking about it, so we've got basically 3 layers in this dessert.
Oh yeah.
So into my freezer I go. Already today I've made my vanilla creams.
Oh, he's a pro, isn't he? Molly's getting in the car as we speak. She's driving to you for some of your cakes.
There's the vanilla creams already made. So we're going to make like a 3-layer chocolate disc with the vanilla and lime cream. Okay. Now I don't know if you want to switch to one of these cameras.
Yep.
We'll do that one. So I'll come over here. If I hold these gently, there's the biscuit base. These are the sponge bases that I've made.
Oh.
So that's delicious.
I thought it was a burger.
Oi. What I said to you about that? I don't like that sort of talk. I love it, girls. I love it. Right, so what I'm going to do, this is where it comes tricky. I'm now just about to peel my discs off. This is where I've got to work fast because this lime cream that I've made.
That kind of sounds naughty.
Melting very, very quickly. Okay, I'm going to come back across to that screen. If you can see there, I've laid it up already.
Perfect.
See? Right.
Fantastic.
So next stage, where I find my discs. So the next stage, I'm now going to place on top of these discs, top of here, come back a bit. There goes my chocolate sponge base, my cocoa sponge base on top of there. Then I'm going to place on the next one on top of there. Now this is where I've got to move really quickly because I've got chocolate all around me, I've got cream all around me. So have a look. Okay, so that's gone, that's ready to go. Okay, so spoon. Okay, so I don't know if you can see from there. I'll move over.
Oh yeah, it still looks like a burger to me.
I'm just going to work my chocolate hazelnut ganache.
Oh, it smells amazing, Jason.
Oh my God.
Right, so you've got to move real quickly when you do this stuff, trust me. Right, I'm just going to smooth that out.
Oh, wow.
So I'm just smoothing that out. So that is the hazelnut ganache on top of there.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
More on top of that one. Just going to smooth that out onto there. Okay, jobs are good on that. Right, now I'm going to pop them back in the freezer. Because the reason why is the cream, the ice cream, the vanilla and lime ice cream will melt.
Yeah, we don't want it melting.
And trust me, this is where it can all go wrong. That, as you saw there, was my quick demonstration. And as I said, your mise en place or your prep is essential when you obviously doing cooking demos. At home, obviously, you can take your time. So that is the hazelnut chocolate French disc. It's laid with a vanilla and lime cream. And then obviously it's got the chocolate base at the bottom. I'll finish it with some ganache. That's now sitting in my freezer, just holding that cream, holding that vanilla cream so it doesn't move. I then will finish that off with some white chocolate and the rest is just pretty patterns on the pie.
Oh,
so
fantastic.
Okay, so what we can do now, okay, that's looking good. The TVA is looking good. It's glazed already. In fact, I can show you guys.
Show us, please.
So as you can see, what the egg yolk actually does.
Oh, which camera?
It actually gives it a better shine, gives it a better glaze. And it seals the pastry as well. The egg yolk actually seal the pastry, just in case there's any pilot holes in there, as we call them. Right, okay. Next job. So now I'm going to go on to doing a little bit of garnishing for the main course. So, blimey, I'm doing well at this. So
you are doing amazing.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go on to do sweat down a little bit of carrot, which is going to go into my jus. I've already prepped some of my garnish stuff. So what I've done, I've simplified the menu to make it easier for you guys to see it all the way through. And obviously, if you want to play it back, you're more than welcome. So onto the stove now. I'm just going to get that nice and warming up again. Put some oil in my pan. Rock and roll heat in there.
We're giggling here because I'm freezing.
What I've got in here, I've actually done some baby diced carrot, which I've glazed them. Yeah, because they're part of the finishing dish and the garnish for the main course.
Fantastic.
Also, is my morels. It's wet. Is my morels? They're already good to go.
Are they mushrooms?
Yeah. Then the next thing are some baby Parisian glazed potatoes. So they're all this is the garnishes for the dish. Then we go up again. We've got crispy kale. So I've crisped up some kale. And then again, right last will be the tender stem. And then after that it'll be a plating job.
Fabulous.
So we're just going to get some carrot in there.
I just apologise, Fiona, starting to blow her nose there. She's so poorly and she forgot we weren't on mute at that moment. So
sorry if anybody heard that. I apologise. But Jason, I can tell that you have been watching our cook-alongs every day, or every week, I should say, because you look like you've learned a lot from my cooking.
Sorry, what? I've what?
You look like you learned a lot from my cooking.
I'll get the cauliflower pizza out in a minute.
You wouldn't know how to make that.
I'm going to give it a go. I'm sure I'll be able to crack that one. Right, on the
please crack it.
Is my pork jus and my brandy sauce. So I'm just going to use a little bit of a thickening agent, just to get, again, it's Essential Cuisine stock, gravy stock.
Oh, we can smell it here in Woking.
Lovely. Talking of Woking, Mr. Ramsey, good friend of mine. He's
yes.
What's it? Take Marie's old place.
Yeah, we're so excited having a burger place. Is it burger place? There was definitely burgers on the menu. I don't know what kind of restaurant it's going to be, but.
Yeah, he's bringing in his street food burger and his own burger.
Oh, it looks amazing, and
to me, burgers are burgers. I mean, but then good luck to him. I mean, if he's going to do well there from the burgers, then fair play to him. It's a good shout.
I don't think burgers are burgers. There's burgers and there's burgers.
There's burgers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you tried the cauliflower burger?
Do you know what? I haven't, and I'm not planning to. I'm never going to eat a cauliflower burger, but I would like a cauliflower steak.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, obviously with a lot of vegetarian people out there and vegans, the range of vegan and vegetarian burgers on the market these days is phenomenal. There's some that are really, really good, and then there's others that just taste like cardboard. But if you get a proper chef on it, that makes they can be phenomenal. I mean, I used to make some a good few years back, which was a good popular seller. We used to make a big veggie burger, and we core out the centre, only quarter way down. We used to fill it with like plum chili jam. We push it back, flour, egg, and breadcrumb it, bake it. Oh, they were a real good seller.
That
Nice.
sounds amazing.
They sell really good veggie burgers at O2 Arena, don't they?
Yeah.
Apparently they're amazing. So maybe I'll just go and get one there.
Right, so I've got my carrots on there, my diced carrots. I've caramelised them up with a little bit of honey and local honey. There's a bit of primo there. So while they're sitting in there, I'm also going to add in to there is my potatoes now, because I want to get everything nice and hot, ready to go on the stove, ready to play. I've got the dessert still to finish off. That's the main part of the dish, and then it should, by the looks of time, should all come together.
Jason, we're only 30 minutes in and it looks like you're pretty much there. I mean, in 30 minutes, I probably only just about start cooking normally.
Yeah. It's like, have we got this? Have we got that? Oh, yeah, look what we got today from... who went shopping in your house today, by the way?
Yeah, it's normally Molly. She forgets to buy stuff. She says that's what we're going to cook and never buys the stuff. So it's always fun.
Did you forget the cough mixture and the tissues for you today?
She got me a tissue.
Yeah. Got one for the rest of the evening.
That's a tissue for the day. Yeah.
Are you back now, Molly, playing tennis?
Yeah, we're both back actually. Yeah, for since last Monday.
Oh, that's good. It's certainly different now. Everything's back open and running within reason. It's good, isn't it, to see some towns are back busy, shall we say, or slightly busy.
Slightly busy. Yeah, we saw you managed to get a meal out. Was it earlier on this week?
Oh, nice, yeah. We went to a Turkish place called Rocker in Bagshot.
Nice.
It was quite nice. But the only problem, we had to sit outside and we were out on the courtyard and it was cold. I should have really taken my ski gear with me. It was that cold.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's going to warm up in a couple of days.
I've got to say, though, the beer stayed cold.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I bet it did.
Oh, thank you.
Right, okay. So while that's tickety-booing across in there, I'm now going to just move on to my white chocolate. I'll go that way. I'm going on to move to my white chocolate for the top. I'll go that way. For the dessert, for the hazelnut dessert. So I'm going to leave them in the freezer. And I'm going to pulsate this in the microwave because white chocolate is a bugger for burning very quickly.
Oh, okay.
If you put white chocolate bar in the microwave and give it 1 minute, the top looks white. If you get to the bottom, it's burnt. And that's it. It's a write-off. You can never bring that chocolate back again. You might as well throw it in the bin. The other option is to drop it into a small pan of water or a pan on top. I'm only using a small amount today, so I'm using the microwave for mine. So I'm just going to pulsate this through. And let's have a quick look. Have another little.
Oh, we all bit coffee today. Coffee and splattering. Oh, dear.
I'll tell you what it is. I've still got the that seasoning up my nose from cuisine.
Ah.
Oh, I see.
That's what it is.
I just have a man flu.
Man flu.
Well, I've just called it a man flu. Apologies.
that's because you were out in the sun and the snow the other day when that came down.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, right. So I'm going to get them out of the fridge. What I've made is small piping bags. So for those that don't know how to make piping bags, I could give you a demonstration online a bit later. I can attach it to you. Most simplest to make. Reason, they're just handy. Disposable piping bags you can get on the market as well. They're good. Right, so now with this, here we go. Babies of set. So there we go. So if I just go up to that camera there we go.
Look at that.
Some paper on there. So right, this is where I've got to move quickly. So I'm just now going to get my white chocolate out of the microwave. Fill that into my piping bag. I only need a little bit, so that can stay there. Okay, so let's just move that over there. This is where white chocolate goes everywhere. Okay, so scissors. Get rid of, trim my top off my piping bag. I'll just make sure I can feather it. Right, I don't know if you can see down this way, but I'm just about to feather White chocolate.
Oh, that's cute.
Okay, so that's the white chocolate filling. Just all over, like so. Don't want to go too much.
Oh,
Okay, so that's done on the white chocolate. Okay, now, again, because it's got the vanilla lime cream in there, it's going back in the freezer. And we get that up last. We get the desserts up last when we plate. Okay, in she goes.
there's two. One for me, one for Molly. Just saying.
Hey. Right, okay, so we're already good and looking good to go. So let's just have a look at these petits.
Yeah, I bet this is starting to look really nice.
Yeah, petits are looking good. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to start plating, I think, unless you've got any questions you want to fire my direction.
Lisa's got a question. I think she would like you to deliver because she's only down the road apparently. So now I know where you live.
Who was that?
Lisa.
Oh, Lisa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know where Lisa lives.
Yeah? Do you know where we live?
Well, I roughly know where you guys live, but I've not been. I've been to Lisa and Kel's place. I can't remember. I picked up something.
I'll send you our address, darling. No problem.
Yeah, send it over. Don't worry about that. Right, okay, so we're on. So, okay, I'm now just going to drop a couple of tender stems in there. We've got 3 in there today.
I wondered what that water was waiting for.
Yeah. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to shut it off because the water's there. I don't want to overcook the broccoli, the tender stems, and I certainly don't want it dripping in water. It needs to be very, very crunchy. And talking of crunchy, it's asparagus season now, ladies. So asparagus, again, if I explained this yesterday when I was chatting, I had a chef, a good friend of mine, Aunt Clara Brown, joined us all the way from St. Agnes in Cornwall. And I had to watch the show yesterday. Yeah, so asparagus is in. You got purple asparagus is in, normal asparagus. Now, if you go out shopping for asparagus, don't hesitate to pick it up. If it bends like that, it's useless. If it bends and then snaps, it's fresh.
Nice. Good tip. We've got some in the garden growing, actually. We must pop out and have a look.
Yeah,
good. Yeah, we're growing some. Fantastic.
And also in abundance at the moment is wild garlic. Wild garlic everywhere. I mean, I've got loads of it in my fridge. I've got I've got an industrial blender. So I just put it in there, a bit more garlic seasoning, fill it with oil, and just blitz. And it just sits in the fridge for months on end. Just use it as and when you want to use it.
We need to find some.
When it comes to foraging wild garlic, I don't think we shouldn't be digging it up, should we? Are we just cutting some of the green leaves off and taking it?
You take the green leaves. That's all you do. So go down as far as you can to the earth and take the green leaves. That's all you need to do. And you can use, if you shred, make sure you wash them, obviously. But if you shred them up, they're fantastic in salads. So if you do like a mixed leaf, add a bit of foraged garlic leaf in there, and it just brings a whole new dimension to the flavour of the salad.
Fantastic. Thank you for that tip.
No problems. Right. Okay. So I am now going to go onto the plating section of the main course. Then I'm going to throw myself backwards. And then we will hopefully then have the dessert ready to go. There's a little bit of work I need to do on the dessert, on the plate, but that's just finishing off. So let's put my plate onto there. So as you can see, the pork loin is rested.
Oh, bring it, Jason. Bring it.
This.
Oh.
So we're going to bring that in, and I'm just going to take a couple of sliced lumps out of that. One like that. One like that. Okay.
I see the colour of that already.
Oh my God.
Pull that one through there. We're going to pull that one through there like that. And we're going to pull that one through there like that. Let's get rid of that because it's a little bit hot for my liking. Don't worry about that. It's done with down there. Right, okay, so that's on there. I've now got my sauce good and ready. Just going to flood the plate. Yes.
Oh.
The colour of that sauce, Jason, that looks amazing.
Then next, I'm going to add just some carrot through that. Some of this honey carrot.
Oh, this looks so good.
Okay. So
How many of those did you do?
Sorry?
Did you do 2?
No, just one, Petivier.
Oh, you're just doing 1?
No, I've got backups as well for later for tea. I made some this afternoon as well.
So who's this one for?
This is your one for today.
Oh.
Right, so as you can see, I'm just now going to drop on some little baby potato here. Ouch. Ouch.
Oh, watch your fingers.
Ouch. Right, so that one's in there. Now, I don't need the liquid from the tender stem, so we'll get rid of that. Okay, so I'm now going to add some tender stem across it. One in there. We're going to lay one in across there like that. Okay, that one will do on that one. Okay, so that's that. Now, I've got a little bit of mushroom here. Some of this wild mush. We'll drop a bit of the morels in. Like so. Give it a little bit more texture. A little bit of something to taste on. In there. And on top of that, we've got a little bit of the kale. So I'm going to drop a little bit of green kale in there. A little bit of this crispy kale. Somewhere like there. And we've got a nice piece. And we pop another little piece in there. Okay, now just to finish off the steak, if you want to, I've got a little bit of wild parsley here. So just
Nice touch.
parsley in there like so. So that, folks, if you want to go on, that plate's hot. If you want to have a go, I'll come straight up to that camera to my left. So there is your seared pork.
Oh, leave it there for a sec. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I will photograph this, ladies, and send it out to you. So there we have the seared smoked loin of pork. We have the mushroom, leek, and cream cheese petivier. We have the jus with the brandy, and I've already got some reduced leek juice in there. Tender stem, some little baby Parisian potatoes, some little baby morels, and just in there is obviously your caramelised carrot.
Looks fantastic.
I'll leave that one there for you. Right, now we go on to the tricky bits. So we're now on to the dessert. So this is the fun part. Let me just grab a little drink of Coke.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right, okay. So if I fire over to this board. Again, I've already prepped up my piping bags with my toffee sauce in and my hazelnut sauce. I'll work on here. I don't really want to do that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to work it. So I cut my bag.
That might help. So, Jason, do your kids eat what you cook? Do they like all this fancy food?
Yeah, they eat what we eat. Obviously, smaller portions.
Yeah.
I mean, they were used to eating the norm that most people do. You know, your shepherd's pie, cottage pies, and that. But then I started introducing them into things, obviously, like some with the marinades on. Last night we had chimola. So I've got some chimola powder here, and I've got some Parisian powder. Mixed it together, and I just wrapped it and obviously rubbed it in the chicken, baked it in the oven. They loved it. Fantastic. I mean, if we do chips, I make my own chips, so they get a triple cooked chip with it. So that's more healthy than the processed ones you actually buy. And then they might have a bit of salad. They have broccoli. So they eat exactly the same as what we do, but on the smaller portions. So
fantastic.
they definitely get their 5 a day. So
good.
Pinch up this dessert. So what I'm going to do, I'm just marking this out as you would a clock. So that's giving me a guide now. So I'm going to do one in there, one in there, one in there, one in there. I think my cauliflower pizza's ready.
We're fasting today, so this is really tough for us, watching this amazing food when we're actually fasting.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
We had a really delicious soup. We eat a lot of soup on a fasting day because it's a fantastic way of getting your your veg and it's low calorie.
Do you save all your trimmings and stuff, you know, to make your soups with?
Yeah, I cook with everything. Literally, I yeah. What I can find in the fridge and all the trimmings of everything. I just put everything together. You can make soup out of anything.
Of course you can. Right, okay, so let's just clear that up for it. Right, this is the fun bit. I had a cloth it somewhere. Got it. Let's just transfer that over to that one.
Ooh, what's he got there? Oh, that's a dessert.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so this is where the next fun bit comes.
Ooh, he's going to do something with this, isn't he?
Into there. These are these little chocolates I made earlier.
Oh.
Right, so
Here's one I made earlier.
certainly is. And then, as I've got these, this is some of the biscuit crumb left. Onto that. And obviously, we have, which I've made over here, I've got a little bit of toffee in the piping bag. Ugh, the buggers don't stick. Stick one on there.
A lot of work to do.
Popcorn
Oh,
pieces.
you're
And
such
then-
a tease, Jason. You're such a tease.
Hey, tell me about it. That's what my missus says. So there we go.
Oh.
So this is
Wow.
Hold it there. Hold it there.
That is like,
Wow.
oh my god, oh wow.
Oh my god.
That's a proper treat, isn't it?
So what is this called again for people that just tuned in?
yeah. So that is my hazelnut chocolate French disc laid with vanilla and lime and lemon ice cream, and then it's got. I've just finished that off with a chocolate fruit lemon biscuits or madeleines that I make, and then obviously these are little tiny sweet chocolates that I make probably once a week for the kids. So I'll put them into the molds, I'll fill them with ganache, nuts, anything like that. And then just on top, I'll put some toffee brittle popcorn. And then obviously finish the base round with a little bit more of the chocolate biscuit dust that I had left over. So there you go, ladies. So I will bring that one back up to that screen so everybody can see it.
That just looks incredible.
You made those chocolates, did you?
Yeah.
They look just like the ones from the shop, don't they?
Yeah, they look like
Yeah.
the ones from Hotel Chocolat.
I was quite lucky a while back. Back in the days, I specialise in pastry. So that's why. And then obviously I specialised in cake design. So anything from wedding cakes to show cakes to pulled sugar work. Yeah. And then
Amazing.
when you're out in the train now, you take a little step back. So, and there's the main course.
Fantastic.
God.
And just to tease you even more, ladies.
No.
Okay, just to once you've had that dessert and you're sitting there thinking, oh, I just need something just to finish that off. There's only one thing better to finish that off of your meal.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh,
Baileys.
Baileys.
Oh.
Why
Yeah.
not? Do you put ice cubes in your Baileys?
No, I don't know. What I tend to do, I put my Baileys into the fridge, and then when it comes out of the fridge, I just give it a real good shake.
Fantastic. Okay. Yeah.
The job's a good one. I just leave it in the door with the milk.
Go beautifully with that chocolate dessert.
Yeah. I like mine on the rocks, but it's all good. And look, we can't wait to have our beans on toast now.
So yeah, I'll quickly refresh. So obviously, it's great to be back on the show, guys. I don't know when I'm next going to be back with you guys because obviously it's time now where obviously the industry's gone back to normal.
Yeah.
I've got going on with obviously stuff from home, stuff with work, stuff outside work. So, but hopefully I will come back soon. But yeah, I'll just quickly would be obviously it's the pork, the petivier. It's a very, very simple dish, but it's a little bit time consuming to get it right. But it's a smashing dish. and each one of these dishes accompanies each other. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take a picture of this 1 second. Give me a minute.
Yeah.
And I'll split it open.
What I'm impressed by is the speed you worked. I mean, I don't doubt it. When I watch MasterChef, the speed they work in those kitchens, to get 2 courses up in 50 minutes is incredible.
Right, so that one's done on there. Okay, so if I just turn that TV around, because I know Vicky's going to eat that in a minute.
Just waiting at the door.
Yeah. Right, I'll just get through that there. I'll just open that up. Just take the lid off of it slightly.
Oh, amazing.
So that's what's inside the pitillier.
Nice.
And that accompanies the pork, and it accompanies with the broccoli.
Yeah, it looks good to me.
So when you do, ladies and gentlemen, and you happen to have something like that on your dish, you can think of me. But remember, food's always a journey. Food is always simplicity. You can put anything on a plate and it looks nice, but if it tastes nice, it's even better. You can take the most simplest of foods. It's all about being creative, and food is always a journey. I always say to chefs when I get them under my wing, food is a yellow brick road. You start here. When you see the wizard, the world's your oyster after that.
Yeah, well, you know, I've got to say, we've gone for a bit of a journey with cooking. We never thought we'd be cooking live, and you know, we started a year ago, and we still do it once a week. I love
those shows. I mean, I've learned quite a few bits from what you guys do, and it's good to see what other people do. I mean, in our profession, obviously, we do it at a different level. But at the end of the day, whether you're cooking at home or you're cooking for whoever, food is food, and it's all about putting food on the table and food in your belly.
And just because, you know, you're a professional, it doesn't mean you can't learn from us. I mean, we'll learn from you every time you cook, but I'm sure there's things you can pick up from us. I mean, if you haven't seen us making Brazilian cheese bread, that's the one to watch. This is my absolute favorite thing I've made and learned to make, and now I make it like
all the time.
All the time, and I love it.
I'll be round for dinner then.
We'll have you, Jason.
Thanks anyway for having me. Thank you for having me back. It's been brilliant.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you for coming back.
No worries. As I say, I'll give you a shout next time I'm free. And then if you want to put me up, we can do that. So
amazing.
LGBT plus online. Cheers and thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Jason.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you again really soon.
We'll see you soon. You take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Cheers.
Oh, I just turned him off.
Oh wow, that was
fantastic.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Wow. I mean, I know there was like some prepping done beforehand, but 50 minutes. I mean, that guy just works so fast, like all around the kitchen. Just amazing, isn't it?
It's super good. Apologies, I am really poorly, so if you heard me sneezing and blow my nose, I do apologize. It's probably not very nice if you're trying to eat.
Hopefully you're not eating and just watching.
Hopefully. We're gonna have to step it up and try to cook also something similar. But,
you know, we've never said that we're chefs, have we? So you know what, I'm good with our level. I'm good, but we've learned a lot this last year, so it's just fantastic to watch some of the processes that Jason did. And I totally agree with Lisa. I need some of those like mushroom pastes and stuff. They look fantastic, like really concentrated, but I bet they put like a really nice bit of flavor into your meal. So
absolutely. Do we have anything else to tell people? I think we do. Remember, the shops are now open, so don't forget, we've got our amazing Pride and Surrey shop Woking Peacock's town centre. So please do visit. It's not just a shop where you can buy some incredible stuff. It's also a safe space. So please do pop in and see us in Pride and Surrey shop in Woking.
Yeah, check social media. I know it's not open all day every day because it is run by volunteers. But the opening hours do get posted once a week, so do keep an eye on what shifts they're on. I think this weekend they're probably open both days. Weekends seem to be easier to fill with volunteers, so absolutely have a look. And of course, if you ever want to volunteer in the shop, always apply, put yourself forward, and you never know, you might be able to come and help out. But I think the fact that it's a safe space as well is really important to me. I think that's really valuable at the moment with the time that we've been going through. So.
Yeah, and obviously Alan's been there working really hard, so
hopefully you can meet him when you go there. Charlie, I think Stephen, Craig, they're all popping in and out, and hopefully you might even see our faces there if we manage to find some time. But meanwhile, guys, just remember, if you are struggling, Pride in Surrey is here for you 24/7, and you can always text us if you need some help. And what you need to do is text talk in capitals to 88440. So
yeah, absolutely. Somebody will be there, won't they, to help signpost you.
Absolutely. And thank you so much, Jason. It's been a long time coming. You came back and you cooked for us, and it was incredible, and we love you for it. And I can't wait for the day you can come and cook for us in real life.
That must be what every chef, that's what we all hear, isn't it? That's what I hear as a gardener. Do you want to come around for a cup of tea and you can do my garden while I'm brewing the kettle?
Yeah, absolutely. Right. On that note, we're going to say goodbye.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to find the credits you created.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll be back for another cook along on Tuesday next week. In our regular slot, I think, actually. Yeah. Probably. So
yeah, it'll be something on a toast. and the rest.
Have a wonderful end of your week. It's nearly Friday, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Cheers.